All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all honor and praises to Yahweh, ahchyam, Yahweh, double honors to the elders at Great Millstone, and salutations to the ahchyam that's teaching in truth and sincerity, and salutations to the followers and the believers of Yahweh, Yahweh. Okay, there's another GMS rebuke tempter. Okay, today's topic or today's episode is going to be about proving yourselves. Okay, proving yourselves a workman that needeth not to be ashamed. Okay, because as servants of the Lord, you should be ready at any given time to answer somebody's question that's dealing with the scriptures. Okay, if somebody come up to you, if you claim to be a servant of the Lord, okay, you should be willing and ready to answer their questions. Okay, because don't listen to that bullshit or that BS. All right. Knowing Daniel's the 8th chapter, the 2nd chapter, 11, that's not going to get you salvation, which is a true statement because you have helpers, you have family members, helpers as in wives and kids and helpers. They might not know the breakdowns of the Bible, but guess who's supposed to know the breakdowns of the Bible? Guess who's supposed to have the understanding of the scriptures? The prophets. Okay, they supposed to know everything that's in this book, from the Old Testament to the New, from the beginning to the end, from Genesis to Revelations. Okay, you're supposed to know everything that's in this book if you claim to be a teacher of this book, if you claim to be a prophet. Okay, so don't listen to them niggas out there which say names: Nate Satan, IUIC, GOCC, ISUBK, and the rest of them Israelite goonies. Okay. Don't listen to them when they say that bullshit, because if you claim to be a prophet, you got to know this book, man. You got to know these scriptures, and you got to be able to break them down. You have to go back to the origin of them, which is the Hebrew, Greek, and Latin, and break that down so you can have the full understanding of this book. Okay? Let's get the scriptures. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 3. Salakia. 2 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. First and foremost, the scriptures say, examine yourselves. Examine yourselves. Am I giving it my all towards Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah? Am I giving it all my all towards this truth? Am I sacrificing my desires and my fleshly lusts for this truth, for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah? You got to question yourself, okay? And you got to make sure that you're doing the right thing, that you're on the right path, okay? That you're not, you keeping your eyes single, that you walking that straight gate, okay? You got to make sure that you're doing that. So you got to check yourself, check your surroundings, check your knowledge, check what you know, okay? Because I'm going to read the second part. It says, prove your own selves. You got to prove yourselves in this truth, man. Okay, you gotta prove yourself in this knowledge. You claiming to be a prophet, you claiming to be a servant. Okay, Salakia, you claiming to be a servant. Prove yourself. Do you know the scriptures? Do you know the understandings of the Bible? Okay, do you know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven? Do you understand? Okay, something I just want to throw out there, because a brother did it to me. So brothers do it iron sharpeneth iron, like the scriptures say. First, do it to yourself, then do it to the ahchyam, man. Okay? Go to a brother and ask him, do he know the 10 Commandments? Okay? Can he name the 10 Commandments? Okay? Which is, thou shalt not have no other God before me. Thou shalt not make any graven images in the heaven above or the earth below and in the sea. Thou shalt not take my name in vain. Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not lie. Okay. It says, thou shalt not commit adultery, and thou shalt not covet man's land, wife, or property. Okay. Thou shalt not covet. Those are the 10 Commandments. And I had to check myself because a brother got me on that. Okay. But that's something you should know. You should know the 10 Commandments, man. You should know the milk, the basic of the scriptures, the things that give us our foundation, the things that have us rooted in this. You should know those things. But I want y'all ahchyam to do that, man. And I don't want to hear 10 Commandments. Come on, brother. Come on, man. Nah, ain't none of that. Let me hear the 10 Commandments, bro. Check each other, man. There's nothing wrong with that as long as it's spiritual, you know? There's nothing wrong with quizzing each other because these are things that you should know, okay? It says prove your own selves. Like I said, first and foremost, do it to yourself, then do it to the brotherhood, okay? Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua is in you, except ye be reprobates, okay? Know ye not your own selves? You know what's your stumbling block. You know what's your stumbling block. You know what makes you go off. You know what being around makes you go off. So stay away from it. Cut it out. Whatever the case may be, whatever the scenario may be, fall back, man. Fall back from it. That's all a part of examining yourself, okay? How that Yahushua is in you, being the elect, okay? Because he's not with all Israel right now. He's only with the government body, the elect. Except ye be reprobates, which them niggas don't do. Them niggas in them other Israelite camps, they don't examine themselves, okay? Because they're reprobates. They reprobates. Because we check ourselves. We check, all right, let's take in consideration what somebody's saying. We do that, okay? Because we know that all men fall short of the glory. We know that we're fuck-ups, okay, being in this piece of shit of a flesh. We understand that, okay? Let me get the next scripture. This is 2 Timothy's Salakia. 2 Timothy's chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed. Okay, a workman, because this is a labor, this is a job. Okay, teaching His word, needeth not to be ashamed. So you shouldn't be ashamed if somebody come up to you and ask you to give you the 10 Commandments. You shouldn't be ashamed if somebody asks you what's the name, how you say the name of the Lord. You shouldn't be ashamed. You should have confidence and boldly say the name of the Father is Yahweh, the name of the Son is Yahushua, and you break it down to them. You shouldn't be ashamed if somebody asks you to break down the tribes. You shouldn't be ashamed because that's something you should know, man. Okay? Let's not say, let's say somebody from a common, like not Judah, Benjamin, or Levi. Say somebody from Zebulon or Naphtali came up. Would you able to break that down to that brother? Would you be able to tell the brother that's from Manasseh that he's from a so-called Cuban? Would you able to tell a Native American he's from the tribe of Gad? Would you able to tell the different tribes who they are? You shouldn't be ashamed. Okay? It says, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You rightly dividing this word, okay? All right. Let's get the next scripture. This is Galatians chapter 6 verse 4. But let every man prove his own work, okay? But let every man prove his own work. So you got to prove your own. So that's like when the judgment comes, all works are going to be tried out. All works are going to be tried. Well, the works are being tried out now. That's why GMS is on top. Okay? Because we've been tried. We've been put in the spotlight for the most hated. Well, we've been through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The elders been in the spotlight of the most hated since the year 2000, man. Since the year 2000, they've been in the light as the most hated. One, they've been the most hated because they stood out there after the year 2000. They stood out there unlike other Israelite camps. They've been the most hated because they stood out there and because they got the most fruit. They got the most fruit. They stood out there for